Hello everybody and welcome back to Formula Virtual Racing. We are back once again here in Spa-Francorchamps. There is the real Formula 1 this weekend and there is FER. Hopefully she's not as treacherous as it is in the real Formula 1 race, but we will wait and see. We're back for another excellent round. Last week in Canada was the return of a Belgian winner in the form of Thomas Main, who he took a narrow win over the brand new Red Bull driver. It wasn't a Mercedes last week, but he's the new Red Bull driver. That is Marcus Towell, the Norwegian. But a lot of changes in the grid. You could see some new faces, some debuts, but the one thing that never changes is the man joining me. Hello, Brendan. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. And yourself, Evan?
I am okay. Excited for another round. And we're going to get underway with qualifying, of course, like every race ever has. I don't know why it's special to this one, but it's qualifying. It's a long track around Spa. We'll be seeing some long laps. There is a lot of difficult corners, such as, well, Lake Combe. You have Eau Rouge Radion, Pouhon.
Update.
Oh, update.
Wet race.
Oh, a wet race. Okay, this could be interesting. So we have a full wet... Is it a full wet race or minor wet?
They haven't really said that much.
Okay.
I think Lewis have won. Or Lewis has said it was a wet race, and that's...
So, the one thing to note is don't expect that many fast qualifying laps. It is a wet race to dry, so there will be dry at the end of the race. For people running wet qualifying setups, it will be a little bit of a mix in terms of qualifying laps. We may see whoever goes for the dry setup the quickest lap time. But as we do every week, we'll pick a driver to go on board with. Would we like to go on board with last week's race winner, Thomas Main, for a lap of Spa-Francorchamps? And of course, Brandon, would you like to run us through it?
Who's that?
Thomas.
Thomas. Once I find him as he begins the lap into the source and try to hit the 8 brakes but not the curb and get a decent exit, and one of the most important exits of will be the entire calendar, given that you have to run up Eau Rouge, get as close as you can to them curbs, but don't really go on them, and as you go through radio and onto the Camel Straight. It is reaching around almost 330 kilometers an hour. Brake slightly on the curb there for Lecombe, and as you get the exit here, but don't go over that curb, as it will invalidate your lap, and you have to make sure you don't lock the brakes going into here, and Evander put one wheel on the curb there, but one wheel on the outside curb, and now into Pouhon. You get as close as you can to the left, but don't touch a curb there. And now is it into right and left where you need a decent rhythm, and you can push it a bit and exit if you were confident enough. And it's looking so far so good for Thomas here as he heads down towards Blanchimont. And we have some times already. One person into the 40s, 41.3, 42.2, and Thomas, who's got a bit of a slipstream there, which probably will help his lap, and if that might compensate for any compromise setup he has. P3, not bad.
P3 for Thomas Main, a little bit of a setup. Wow, that's a blown. A little bit of a slipstream there for the Belgian of Sam Davis. That's Jake on debut in third in the Williams. Of course, we've seen a splendid Williams performance by George Russell today. We'll be seeing another one. Oh, Sito is out of qualifying in the Alpine. We'll get the track map up.
Avesta's out. Avesta's out. He's crashed, I believe.
Avesta has crashed. That is on the rundown to Rivage, is it? I believe if we go on board with one of the McLarens, we will get a better view of that. Is it of Marcel? Oh, big mistake there. We can see the stranded Alfa Romeo has lost it on the rundown to Rivage. That is not a good way to start your qualifying session. Oh, I believe There's been a Williams blocking the Haas of Thomas there. We've two Thomases on the grid tonight. I probably should have specified. A couple of laps being slotted in. It is pole position for last year's winner here. You've seen Sadfi with a 140.8, Legend 140.1. Oh, there's a tyre on the circuit on the run down to Rivage, I believe. Not good. Lewis, is he just coming back into the pits? I can't really tell. Lewis does not like Blanchimont on this track. He is... He's crashed there quite a lot. Liam Redmond saying I may or may not have spun on my outlap, and that's not good. Marcel Magier hasn't validated. Seb Millsy on his debut for the McLaren team is currently on a lap. We'll see what this lap will be. Running very tight to the curb there, so we'll have to wait and see what how this lap is going. And towards the bus stop chicane, the dreaded chicane by most drivers. It is a difficult one to get the power on the apex. It's not going to be that competitive of a time for the Briton. It is a 143.0, just beating the Williams down in 11th. Enzo is on a lap as well. Enzo said he finds race pace good around this circuit. He's the quickest in qualifying, but good race pace.
Yeah, race pace, honestly, it would be... But with the wet weather, that might change one or two things. As he is, went a bit too wide and has invalidated his lap. Well, I would advise him to...
The validation for Enzo King, so not a good way to... Of course, the problem with this circuit is if you invalidate early on in the session, you can't just go straight again. Because it's such a long lap, you are 3 runs and nothing extra. So if you invalidate a lap, that's it. You're a run less than everyone else. And it's a big problem around Spa because in terms of some corners, like you can see there, if you go on to that apex, you do gain time. If you go into the apex here through campus, you will also gain time. Drivers always want to be as quick as possible, so they will be exploiting track limits to the maximum. But they can be punished for it, and punished quite easy. As we're on board with Sam Davis there, the Dutchman in the Red Bull, country Blanchimont. Of course, he had an unfortunate incident here last season, which well, killed his championship hopes. He's actually in the pits. Apologies for that. It killed his championship hopes well and truly when he had an incident with Juan Hernandez here last season. His new teammate, though, Marcus Towell, is flying. He's on a flyer. There is a McLaren off who's just tucked in behind him. That is the McLaren of Seb Mills, I believe, behind. But here comes Marcus as he's coming into the bus stop chicane. This I don't think is a competitive time either. No, he continued. So this is a competitive run for the Norwegian. Crossed the line. Is it going to be good enough for provisional pole position? No, second. 40.9 and a 10th off our lead runner.
There was a mistake in that lap I noticed. In that the comp section, he had a slight moment of oversteer that probably cost him a little bit of time.
There's a slow Williams just letting Lewis through. Is Lewis? He's only on an outlap. Oh, has someone just gone off a Pujon? No, but someone has gone off. Is that Radion they've gone off? No, it was just Marcus.
No, Marcus
just letting. Yeah, he's just letting Seb through, who's continued on for a second lap on this set of tyres. He's 0.3 of a second up, heading into the Les Combes section of the track. This right-hander is a tricky wall. He's off and hasn't been validated. As ignore that soft tyre sat in the middle of the track. That's not meant to be there. Juan saying he got sandwiched by 2 champs. That's why the incident. Nice to see Juan defending himself, and nice to see him watching the race, of course. He'll have fond memories of this track. He got a podium back here in Season 2. That was the rain-affected race, actually. And that was an absolute classic. So we might get some more good racing here today. In terms of qualifying, though, Seb Mills invalidated on his lap, so is Aaron. Steve is on a run. We haven't covered Steve yet today. He's in 8th position in the Mercedes. He's at a 42.0, and he's on another flyer. He's another Belgian, actually, who could be looking for a dream home win today. Oh, he's run wide, and he's somehow kept valid. A lot of drivers...
If you kind of lift a little, you probably can keep it valid.
Yeah, a lot of drivers seem to be exploiting that today. That is Steve and that is Seb. Or I think it could just be the oversteer or understeer from the wet setups. True Puhan, a fantastic corner if you nail it right. If you get it wrong, you are involved in a high-speed accident, which we don't like to see. Of course, this is sim racing, so it doesn't really matter, but... Oh, Steve! And he's off an invalid. That is an invalidation for Steve Verloy, who won't be continuing his lap. Lewis and Thomas, both on flying laps, of course. Lewis was doing well last week. When he made a mistake, he had a spin, and that was his race done. Thomas, last week's Grand Prix winner, who is flying through campus now. There is someone going... Oh, Sam Davis today, pulling out of the way. Sam, get off the racing line. That was to let Steve through. Steve's already invalid, so it doesn't affect that much. 5 minutes 52 to go here in qualifying. As we said, not many runs in Spa-Francorchamps. There is someone off at Radion. That's Marcel, who is... Oh, he's just letting people through, I think. Yes, he is. Let's see where Thomas and Lewis can go. Lewis just behind Thomas Main. Thomas Main across the line in Spa-Francorchamps. It is a 3/10 improvement. No positional improvement. Lewis has put himself up into second. Just behind Yassine Sadfi. Good lap from the Aston Martin. He snatched pole yesterday in a Formula Virtual Racing Academy race. Let's see if he can do the same here today. Marcus Towell is still in third.
It's Adrian.
Alfa Romeo, that is Adrian, who is obviously off a Pujon. He is... no damage, hasn't set a competitive time yet, and there's a Haas flying behind him of... Is that Thomas Pips, or is that Yassine Sadfi? That is Thomas. So, of course, Thomas and Adrian know each other, so they will be trying not to hit each other, but Adrian has got that Alfa Romeo well clear of the exit of Pujon. Juan saying a Lewis and Yassine crash. Well, it's not a bad guess. In the rain, it will be different to the dry running, and there could be some people to take a gamble. I'm sure Tyler wishes he was here. Oh, is that someone off Blanchimont? No, it's not. It was just a barrier. Someone's improved to... Is that... that's Enzo. Enzo up to 6th spot in the Mercedes. Good job from Enzo King to get himself up into 6th place. 4 minutes 22 to go now in qualifying. Drivers will be pushing it back to the pits to get out for one final lap. Liam saying P18 to P11. I take it that's you out, not setting another lap in qualifying. Yellow flag at the top. That's just Seb letting the Mercedes of Enzo King. Or is that Steve? That is Enzo King. Steve has just gone through Rivage. I believe that's Rivage, actually. I'll check that one, though. Brendan, you seem to be our weatherman. Has anyone said whether it is full wets or whether it is inters?
Well, I don't think there is anything here, but I will see.
I imagine if it's going to go dry, we have inter conditions. Yeah, Liam has said no chance on trying a lap. That is not Rivage, that is Bruxelles. That corner, which I've been saying Rivage.
Yeah, Liam said inters.
Inters, okay. Inter conditions in the race, that makes always an interesting one. Marcus Towell has just gone through Malmedy. He's on a flyer, as that soft tyre is still stranded in the middle of the circuit. Marcus will want revenge after he narrowly missed out on the win last week. He had fantastic race. Marcus, that's an obscure racing line, but it seems to have worked for the Norwegian, as he's now flying through Pujon. Here comes Marcus Towell. He is through Lefans. Oh, he's gone slow through there and down into Campus and Stavilo. This will be his second fall. Oh, he's invalid. Big mistake for Marcus Towell. That could be the end of his qualifying if he can't set another good lap in. A lot of drivers in the pits, some drivers on outlaps. Aaron McFall is a man on a flying lap. He's down in 11th and his pace doesn't seem to be too great here today, but he could pump in a flying lap. He seems to be one who's doing a wet setup. He was asked the other drivers, were they doing wet setups, so he seems to be one to do wet setups. Aaron McFall hauling to the right hand side, heading towards Blanchimont through the Courbe Paul Frere. I've said that wrong. It means actually it's the Brother Paul curve. I think my French translation is right there. I've did French for 3 years. I should know what that means. But I do know this corner. This is the bus stop chicane. Aaron McFall, second gear, third gear. You just go to third until the exit of the corner. That's an interesting line, but here comes Aaron McFall. Oh, it's only 10th. That's a poor time for Aaron McFall. He'll want a little bit more than that. Legend is up into 4th. He is on a flying lap, though. Or was he always in 4th? He was always in 4th. Yellow flag, sector 2. Is that a Red Bull off Pujon? Marcus has gone back in the pits, so he's had enough of qualifying. Sam Davis Day is on an out lap. He's the Red Bull going slow at Pujon. Oh, someone's off at Radion. Yeah, that looks like it's a Ferrari. No, they've made some sort of mistake, but they have kept the car going. It looked like either the Ferrari of Thomas Main or the Haas of Yassine Sadfi. 1 minute 13 left. If you're on a lap or starting a lap, it'll be your final one. Is that Seb Mills off at Blanchimont? No, he's just pulled out of the way to let people through. There's a lot of traffic out on the circuit, of course, in the last of qualifying. Chloe on an out lap. I don't think that Williams will be getting around to start a flying lap. That is Steve out. Steve is out. He has... Oh, Aaron backwards to Pujon. That is the AlphaTauri, who don't reverse back on the track, Aaron. He is off at Pujon, and he's made a mistake there, causing a double-waved yellow. There's a lot of cars through there. Please be careful when coming back on the track, Aaron. Oh, there's a Williams there. He's done that perfectly. Who's leading the championship? Lewis McWilliam is currently leading the championship, but Legend has invalid his lap, and Marcus is currently... He's... Marcus, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. I appreciate the effort, but you're not getting to the race, to the line. Oh, crash! Marcel off of Pujon in the McLaren. The Polish native has binned it, and he's off. There's a lot of traffic. A Blanchimont. Adrian's made a mistake going through Malmedy. He needs to push. A lot of mistakes happening because the drivers are on wet setups. Qualifying has been completed. Lewis on a lap. Legend has just made the line on a lap. Marcus has spun.
Timing glitch.
Yeah, Marcus isn't making the line anyways, I don't think. You've seen Sadfi still on provisional pole. We do have a timing glitch because he has just started a lap. Has Chloe got around? Oh, yes, Chloe's got around for a lap. Liam's just isn't trying a lap.
There's McLaren. Oh god, that.
Marcel's made a mistake anyway. So Marcel hit the wall of Pujon, so he isn't getting a flying in. Oh, Yassine's out. Has Yassine crashed? He's crashed at Eau Rouge. That is Yassine Sadfi out at Eau Rouge Radion Complex. I don't know if he crashed on entrance, but he was struggling with that corner. He's out for the fight for pole. Lewis up. No, he's down marginally. Legend's up marginally, but not enough for pole position. Legend needs to take a good 3/10 if he wants to take this pole position. It's an exciting qualifying. How's Jake Marsh doing? We'll get a sector time as he is going through No Name. Down towards Pujon. Oh, it's Brave going that close to the curb, but it's Brave and it's paid off. Legend come through Blanchimont. Lewis is coming through the bus stop chicane. Is it enough for pole position from Scotsman Lewis McWilliam? Yes, it is. He snatched it at the death. Fantastic qualifying lap. What about Legend? Legend's up by 2.5 tenths, 2.7 to be exact. Bus stop chicane. One Aston Martin to steal from another. No, not good enough. Second. What about Thomas, who's just crossed the line? 5th for Thomas Main. Jake Marsh is up by. He's on a good lap here. He could break into the 140s. He could steal from Marcus Tell here.
Well, one of his pips is up to 7th.
Oh, Jake spinned it! Jake spinned it at the bus stop. Oh, not a big mistake there. And the other Williams is going to follow him through. Does keep the lap. Where will it be for Chloe? It is only 12th spot. Pole position for Lewis McWilliam in Spa, followed by his teammate. It is an Aston Martin front row lockout as they prove themselves superior in this championship battle. Look at Sam down in 9th. He really hasn't found his pace today. That is a poor performance from Dutchman Sam Davis Day. But it is Lewis McWilliam on pole, followed by Legend Rosenberg in the second Aston Martin. You've seen Sadfi won here last year from 3rd on the grid, so get ready for a comeback drive there. Marcus Tell in 4th, Thomas Main 5th, Jake Marsh 6th, that is Thomas Pips in 7th, Enzo King 8th. 9th for Sam Davis Day, 10th for Anne McFall, 11th for Steve, 12th for Chloe, 13th for Seb, 14th for Adrian, 15th for Marcel, 16th for Avesta, 17th for Cito, and the man who didn't set a time, that is Liam Redmond down in 18th spot. We're in for a fantastic Grand Prix here, Brendan.
Yep.
We're in for a fantastic Grand Prix. If qualifying was that good, a lot of mistakes made, though, as you can see. Damp conditions. There's the rail. Marcel to left.
Oh no.
He can get back in. It's on. He should be able to get back in, hopefully. If not, you might pop him an invite, but I know there was a problem with that. Actually, no, don't pop him an invite. It all went to chaos last week. As you can see, rain just there. You can see the Inters in that Mercedes garage. As per always, apologies. Brendan, you mightn't be able to predict this one, but could you give us a rough estimate on who you think can take the win here in Spa?
Lewis, he's on pole, and he has got very good weather pace, at least in terms of one lap. So I think you could probably be backing him to take the win if all goes to plan.
Lewis set that lap on a wet setup. That is crazy. It's meant to rain just at the end. Okay. Drama in Spa. We have, starting on the Inters, it's meant to dry up and then it is meant to rain at the end of the Grand Prix. Marcel's back. Good to see. We don't like anyone missing out on the race. That is always unfortunate. Lewis McWilliam is on pole on a wet setup. We are in for a dramatic Belgian Grand Prix. We do love a dramatic race here in FVR, because we'll make a 30-minute documentary episode out of every single moment that bloody happens in this league. But I've just dissed myself there, Brendan.
Self-honesty.
Honesty's the best policy. I can't see the stream comments as I have a McAfee ad. Evans, please say Puhon correctly. Do I say it wrong? Do I say Puhon wrong?
Well, ask them what should.
In fairness, I say everything wrong according to Thomas, so. Anyways, we do move on. Everyone's starting on the Inters, of course, due to the damp conditions, meaning the race start will be, it'll be a dodgy one if they can't get the tyres up to temperature. Juan saying Aston Martin Civil War incoming. Yeah, Legend and Lewis have been fantastic teammates today, up to date. It could all go down the drain if they make a collision here. If you think Crofty says it right, Crofty says it wrong. Not me. Crofty says it wrong. I am the superior to David. No, I'm not. Legend, I like your helmet, but it matches too much with the car. Just thing to note, really? Lewis and Legend both running Sebastian Vettel helmets.
This is what realism is.
Puon. I'm not saying that wrong. Liam is doing a horrendously slow. Sam's been disqualified. He will have cold tyres. Is that?
To be fair, mate, Liam is not the slowest.
No, he's not. Cito is doing horrendously slow formation lap. Horrendously slow.
Marcel is AI, so can't we blame him?
No, you can't really blame Marcel. We're in for an exciting race. Lewis McWilliam lines up on the grid in Spa-Francorchamps. Make sure to stick around for this one. It's going to be a fantastic race. The two Aston Martins will go to war. Spa, always a quick track for the real Racing Point team. Will it be a good one for the FER Aston Martin branch? Lining up on the grid, this is Cito coming through the bus stop. We'll turn off the position change, give a more broad thing. But here we go. On the grid in Spa. Getting ready for the race start. 2, 3, 4, 5. Red lights! Steve with a jump start behind in the Mercedes. We are racing in Belgium. Lewis McWilliams got an okay getaway, but it is Legend Rosenberg with the better one around the outside of his teammate. Steve with the
Marcus
jump start.
Went way too deep.
Marcus has gone deep. There's an AlphaTauri got a bit deep there. Slow through turn number 1, but up to Eau Rouge Radion we go. Legend leads. No, Lewis leads. Legend has gone too deep on the brakes. Oh, there's a Red Bull cutting the circuit there, but down the Kemmel Straight we go. A lot of movement. Everyone seems to be through cleanly. Oh no, Marcel has had the bad start there. down. Oh, crash! Oh, Marcus has hit Yassine. Marcus has hit Yassine. Yassine back on the circuit to block Thomas. Marcus has completely messed up that turn one, and he's clattered into the side of the Haas and the side of the Ferrari, who's been hit by the Haas. Bit of a chaotic start there, but that is Yassine down the inside of Thomas, and this looks like Jake Marsh looking to counter on this one. Down into Pouon we go. Thomas Main keeps the position, but look at Marcus on the back of Steve. He's the one who's clattered into the side of that Ferrari. Lucky there's no damage. Marcel! Oh, Marcus! I keep saying Marcel. Marcus has made a mistake there, and there's someone off at the back. That is Adrian Teisch, who has taken a tip round. But this is a bad start for Marcus Towell in his Red Bull debut. Steve up to third. He does have that drive-through penalty due to a jump start, but Lewis McWilliam leads the F4 Belgian Grand Prix ahead of Legend. A chaotic start in the rain here with a decent bit of movement. Looks like Enzo seems to be struggling a little bit, as that is Mills picking up a 3-second time penalty. Slow into the bus stop, as it will be. Steve serves his drive-through. There he goes into the pit lane. Just watch for some dodgy. There's a big slide from Aaron McFall at the back in the AlphaTauri. He's caught it well, but he's lost the position to Avestico Bardi. That was a big slide for Aaron McFall, but again has caught it well. Orush Radion for the second time. See a beautiful camera angle as we head up the hill. Everyone safely through such a difficult corner in the wet weather. Go on board with Cito! Oh, he's almost lost it up the top of the hill there. That was a sketchy manoeuvre. It wasn't a manoeuvre, but it was bold to go up there at that speed. Everyone's safely through Lake Home. Of course, that is just the one thing you main watching for a collision. Steve out, not in last from his drive-through. That is Marcel Magiera who's in last. Movement, that is Yassine Sadfi. Has he just gone past Marcus in Bruxelles? He seems to have. Marcus has got to fight this one back down towards Pouhon. Not a clever place to go for a move, but Marcus has got to try. He's such a straight line speed advantage, it seems, on the Haas. These two both getting poor starts and letting the two Aston Martins leap away, but all is not lost, as we do have changeable conditions here in Spa-Francorchamps according to the radar. I'll get the position change up for a moment. Brendan, would you like to run us through our winners and losers?
Well, actually the top 9 are all unchanged. That is an odd thing. The real action or position changes have been from 10th all the way down to last, where Sim Lindsay has got 3 positions gained, so very good job. Along with Aaron's lost out a bit, and Chloe a little bit as well. Obviously Steve got to drive through, Adrian lost out a good bit, and so did Marcel. They'll need a safety car to get back into this.
Marcus Towell is almost pushing Yassine through the bus stop. Sorry to overcut you there, Brendan. That is Seb. Has Seb made a mistake at the bus stop chicane? Oh, he seems to have. He's off into the runoff area. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Cito is in for an early stop with the yellow flag in Sector 3. That is just for Seb Mills. We'll see, can Marcus Towell get past the Tunisian of Yassine Sadfi, last year's winner here. We'll see what he can do. Everyone seems to be navigating Radion well. Here comes Enzo King on Sam Davis Day. Oh no, as I say that is Chloe off at Radion down the Kemmel Straight as the damage for the Williams. It seems to just be an end plate on the left front of the car. That just seems to be it, as I think there seems to be a bit of chaos. Sam Davis Day is falling down a couple of positions. He may have taken a jump over. Oh, no front wing on the Red Bull. What's happened here then? I don't think Enzo's navigated that move just as well as we thought, as that is the Alpine of Cito off at Radion. Sam's championship, his race, is all gone down the sink, as he's falling, and he'll fall into the clutches of Steve Verloy. Oh, there's another yellow flag. Oh, Adrian's facing the wrong way. What's happened, Adrian? He's not having a good day at all here in Spa. I don't know what's happened there. Seb's running wise. No front wing either. Nope. Oh, be careful. There's a bump there on the right-hand side. Yeah, there's There's not good there. So Aaron McFall's actually gone for it on Enzo King. Ran the outside. Oh, what Blanchimon! Oh, he's got it done. Fantastic racing from Aaron McFall there. He's got the position on Enzo King up to 9th. Aaron, he's a good driver in the wet, as Marcus Tell is also a good driver in the wet, being Norwegian. It's kind of in his blood, I suppose. But is he going for it at turn number 1? Oh, Marcus, that's bold. He's tapped the right rear of Yassine. Thomas Main may look for a move down the Camel Straight here. The Ferrari is just sat behind these two. Everyone seems to be fighting Eau Rouge, and not too bad at this moment in time. Here comes Marcus Taldo on Yassine Sadfi, the Haas in front, lap number 4 of 22 to the right hand side into Lake Home goes Marcus Tal to the inside. Oh, it's so close. He's had a slide. He's off into the wall and crashes. Gives the barrier a hefty shunt.
He's avoided damage.
He's avoided front wing damage. He's avoided suspension and right rear tyre damage there. But Marcus Tell, it was a bold move. It was a sketchy move. But getting on that curb is always going to send you into the wall. And that is a Vestico baddie getting past him. Surely Marcus's tyres have lit up there. Yassine seems to be struggling as well. This unleashes Thomas Main to have a go, as look how far in front the two Aston Martins are absolutely bossing this Belgian Grand Prix here on lap number 4.
Don't forget, in terms of Aston Martin, when you go back to what they were originally, it was the Jordan team who got 1-2 in the West. That's 1998.
We love Jordan. We absolutely love Jordan. Kyle Davis Day. Good to see you back, Kyle. You haven't been here in a while. He's saying Sam got completely rammed off by the man who could get overtaken once again at Blanchimont by... that is Enzo King. Aaron McFall's gone round the outside again. Aaron seems to be getting fantastic exits through Stavalo, as Marcus, he just seems to be struggling. Oh, Jake, what's happened, Jake? Jake seems to be struggling. Could Thomas go for a move? The other Thomas could also go for a move on the other Haas of Yassine Sadfi. It's chaos here in Belgium. We haven't had a retirement from the race yet. Oh, Yassine's had a wobble. Yassine is a sitting duck. Now the Camel Straight is sitting duck in water, quite literally. Thomas Main, inside or outside? Pick your move, says the Tunisian, and the Belgian Thomas Main is going to reply with a move down the inside. Yassine trying to hold it, but that's not the best of moves into Malmedy. Thomas has got it, but he's gone deep, and Yassine Sadfi is going to get the switch back. Thomas Main still fighting it. There's a McLaren off at Blanchimont. That is Marcel Macchiera, as Thomas is going to have to stick behind for another lap, quite possibly. Yassine Sadfi with some questionable but good defending.
Ooh, well, that just lost him all time to the Astons in front.
Oh, Marcel's just destroyed an advertising board. Rolex are not going to be happy with you. He's struggling.
Do you think Rolex are actually watching?
Of course. Who doesn't watch this league? There's 12 people watching. 2 of them are at least Rolex executives. Jake is now on the back. There's a little bit of a Yassine train forming, as that is Marcel retiring in the pits, and our first retirement of today's Belgian Grand Prix. Thomas Main is gaining a lot on the Tunisian of Yassine Sadfi. Is he going to try it round the outside of Blanchimont or into the bus stop? No, he's kept behind though. He could well try it into the bus stop chicane. Down the inside goes the Belgian Thomas Main. He'll know this track like the back of his hand. Is he gone deep? Will Yassine try a switchback manoeuvre? No, Thomas Main takes 3rd position in the Belgian Grand Prix. Slide for Thomas, the other Thomas that is, at the back. Yassine's going to fight this one back. Yellow flag, sector 1. That is just the retired car of Marcel Mediera. Thomas has gone deep. Yassine Sadfi could try it. Oh, don't try it into Eau Rouge, Yassine. Not a clever move, but he's going to try get a move done down the Camel Straight. Oh, that retired car, so close. Yassine almost flat through the top of Radion. The Tunisians turn to fight back. He goes outside. Thomas Main sticks inside. It's a drag race down the Camel Straight. Which car has more straight line speed? It is Thomas Main, but Yassine tries to get outside, gets on the curb, and somehow keeps the car stable. He's received a penalty, but he is in 4th spot still. But he's going to try it down the inside of Bruxelles. No, he's gonna have to stick behind and tuck in for No Name. Junior saying Vintage Main is back. He is back, and he's back with a bang.
10 seconds almost to
Lewis and Legend are flying, but don't think this is just a one-horse race yet, because they're still wet weather. There's still dry conditions to come. Seb Millsy is off. He's off at turn 1. And remember, the tyres will be falling off soon. These tyres, just because they're wet, they don't last forever. We've had a couple of pitters yet, but all the top 11 have kept their same slicks for the last 5 laps. I stumbled over the words there, but oh well. Junior saying Thomas Main is back and here to stay. Well and truly he is. But you seen Sadfi mightn't be staying on the asphalt because he's just had a wobble through Blotchamon. Oh, is that a switchback for Avesta? Switchback in the wet at the bus stop chicane. That is a magnificent overtake, and that one has taken a lot of guts to do that on Jake Marsh, who is a good defender in the Williams. Avesta Gobadi has put on a show for a couple of moments. That is Cito off at Bruxelles. In Sector 1, Legend is keeping with Lewis, so they're just both holding pace. They are doing really well. He's just seen gonna have another run on the Belgian, Thomas Main. He's gonna try it, but he can't do it. He's not close enough, is what I mean to say. Is the other Thomas gonna have a try on Jake? Is this gonna let Aaron McFall sneak his way back into this train?
Yeah, we have to wonder now if Aaron can join that train, which is being led by Thomas. But it's a case of all of them have similar enough pace, but they're just fighting so much that they just lose all that time to the Aston Martin.
Yeah, that's really it. One man who won't be sticking around is Avesta Gobadi. His racecraft on his day is beautiful. It is exquisite. It is a 5-star French restaurant meal. So he will be trying to... What am I on about? Anyways, he'll be trying to get the move on Yassine. Or Thomas, because Yassine is still keeping with Thomas through campus. Jerome saying I'm guessing that I'm a bit late. A little bit, Jerome, a little bit. Here comes Yassine Sadfi though. The gap between Thomas Main and Legend is 12.4 seconds. But Legend, I know there's no DRS, but he's almost back within the 1 second gap. Yassine is... It looks... New fastest laps. There is new fastest laps being set, which means we are getting to better conditions. The rain is still... I wouldn't say pouring, it's more gentle drops, but it is still here, and it is going to stay for a little while. Yassine Sadfi. If Yassine doesn't get past Thomas this lap, Avesta will eat him up. Here comes Avesta on Yassine, and Yassine on Thomas, and Jake is falling off the back of this train slowly up through Radion. Yassine's not close enough. I don't think Avesta's close enough to Yassine. Oh! Cito off at... he's off the top of Radion. Are we going to get a safety car here? We'll go on board with Enzo to see where he has been. Just on the right hand side there. Thankfully he has kept himself... Well, thankfully his car has kept it to the right hand side and hasn't ricocheted back.
Why did they bring out safety car soon enough, if it is 1-1?
I don't think we're going to get a safety car for that. I don't think so. I think, yeah, we're going back to green flag running, so no safety car. Thomas he's managing the pace, but Legend and Lewis just seem to be on a different planet in this Grand Prix. Oh, is that Marcus Towell on his little revenge drive? He's got past Liam Redmond down into Bruxelles. So, Marcus, after that mistake on a move for Yassine, he's trying to pick his way back up. Because this train is still well and truly formed. It is separating out a little bit, but it is still a little bit of a train. Cito's left the session. He is our second retirement of the Grand Prix. As there is that Seb off at the bus stop. It is... Oh no, there's a Ferrari, and it's Liam Redmond backwards at Pujon. don't know what's happened there, but he needs to be... Oh! Adrian! Adrian! And Sam Davis, they side by side at Pujon. Oh, Adrian's hit the Red Bull, but the two of them sticking side by side. Fantastic racing here. Oh, contact! Oh no.
They've not gonna end well, is it?
This isn't going to end well. I've thought they've crashed twice now, but it's both okay. Seb is off at the top of Eau Rouge. Early on, this is great racing, but we do have to cut back up to the top, because here comes Avesta Badi in the Alfa Romeo. Look at him thundering down the Camel Straight. Is he close enough to try and move down into Les Combes? He's going to send it. Oh, so close to the rear of the Haas. He's just backed out at the correct time. Has Avesta. Oh, but that's close. That's too close for comfort, in my opinion. Hello, Khalil, who's joined the chat. Welcome. How's Aaron McFall doing? He isn't gaining on the front train somehow.
Actually lost time.
He's actually lost time, is correct, yes. DRS enabled. We have had DRS enabled. The rain is still down, and the track is still wet, but the DRS has been enabled. I wasn't expecting that one, Brendan. I knew the track was drying, but I didn't quite expect the DRS to be enabled just yet.
Oh, well, that'll spice things up.
Well, look at Lewis's fly. Oh, Lewis! What? What car control from Lewis McWilliam? I thought it was over, and Lewis definitely did too. Whoa, 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 whoa. Legend has stayed out. Lewis is in. Seb, a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. What's Thomas Main going to do? But Lewis McWilliam, wow, you have just kept yourself in this Grand Prix. Thomas has stayed out. Avesta out. Yassine in. Jake in. The other Thomas has stayed out. Aaron is in. We'll have to wait and see what Steve does. But Lewis is on the mediums. Keep an eye on Lewis's sector times.
Steve is in, so does that mean Enzo needs to stay out?
Enzo's double stacking. Enzo knows it's probably time for the slicks. There goes Yassine out of the pits. That's held Jake Marsh a little bit. Oh, I think pitting was the right lap, because look how much Thomas is struggling. He's only 12 seconds ahead of his teammate, and his teammate's just made a pit stop. Let's see, Lewis gaining, if he gains... Oh, Lewis is gaining on Avesta so much, but...
His teammate, what?
Thomas Pips in the Haas.
Oh, right.
Legend struggling. Yellow flag, sector 1. It is Aaron. Aaron McFall is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. He has crashed. Where has he crashed? It's in Eau Rouge Radillon. We're going, but oh, it's at the top. Alright, where Lando Norris had an incident today. Aaron's lost it on the mediums. Steve's gone for softs. He's gambling that there will be more rain later on in the race. And Lewis he's right on the back of Avesta. Lewis has made the correct call and has pit. So Legend will lose time to the Scotsman, who I think just for that save deserves to win the race. But the thing is... Oh, Seb is out as well. Oh, that's a multiple car incident. Oh, Sam and Adrian both as well. There's cars off everywhere at Eau Rouge. There is 4 cars now stranded. Safety car. Without a doubt, safety car. There was 4 cars at once stopped at the top of Eau Rouge Radillon. Oh, that is dangerous. Dangerous stuff. It's saved Legend. It's saved Legend. He can get into the pits now while everyone is going slowly.
Oh, it's saved Thomas nearly.
Yeah, it has, but Legend has a gap. He's out of the pits. Oh, I think Legend could take the lead of this Belgian Grand Prix, because Lewis is under Delta. It's going to be close. Who takes the lead? Legend or Lewis? Legend on the pit exit. Lewis through turn 1. There they are. Legend Rosenberg leads the FVR Belgian Grand Prix for the first time today. Well, second time, but he was ahead only for a split second. That is... Avesta out as well. Thomas has held position, or here's Yassine as Thomas just held position. He has, can Avesta snatch one past Yassine? No, Yassine's gonna keep this, and Jake Marsh keeps it as well.
So a little bit of a slight bit of a change there. So
Lewis's tires are warmer, says Junior. Yes, that is correct. Lewis's tyres are warmer, so we will be going racing soon, and we'll see how he can do.
Well, not quite so soon. Look at the field spread.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't even catch that. There's still people at the bus stop chicane when there's others still aren't Brussels. So this is going to be an interesting race. We may get rain later on in the race. Juan saying, why mediums? Juan saying, this is soft to the end. Yeah, there's a little bit... There's a little bit of a thing here. Sometimes the harder the slick compound, the quicker it is under sketchy conditions. I know that may sound weird, but...
It's an F1 game thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an F1 thing. If anyone watches Team at Marduk, you'll know he says it quite a lot in his career mode. If it's a wet qualifying, he'll always go out in a set of medium. Softs do like 7 laps, then they're done near enough. Okay, safety car in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. Sam Davis is going through Lake Home. He's not even near the safety car.
Look at where Adrian is.
Adrian's just gone through Eau Rouge. The safety car has not stayed out for long enough here to let these drivers catch up. I was quoting F1 YouTubers, let's go on over biblical scenes. Softs don't make it to the end, says Tyler. I would trust that one as well, but...
Tyler isn't that bad in this year's game. You could make it work.
Well, I was on the mediums last night for a long while. They'd only about make this. Legend Willie just underway as we go racing. Oh, a Festa, and you've seen Poe picking up a 5-second time penalty. Legend leads us away. He's caught out his teammate a little bit. Thomas Main down the inside of Lewis McWilliam for 2nd position. He's gonna get in turn 1. He's on the softs, remember. A lot of short shifting. The track's still damp. Lewis just about leads the gap side by side through Eau Rouge. Someone back out. Thomas Main's the one to back out with a clever choice because Eau Rouge. Oh, Yassine's off. Yassine is off. Oh, he's ricocheted out in front of the circuit. He's just about dodged everyone and he's kept the car moving. That's a dangerous impact. We could have had a dangerous incident there, but that is Steve past Jake Marsh. The soft runners, they're flying. That is the 2 Belgians on softs and the home Grand Prix. Steve's in a purple sector 1. So Steve is quicker than Thomas, as Thomas is stuck behind Lewis McWilliam. He's going to go for it down into Brussels. No, he just keeps behind the Aston Martin. He's trying to squeeze his way through. Lewis isn't leaving any space. He doesn't want to lose the position. But this battling and defending is letting his teammate pull away. Thomas is going to go for Pouon. No, he's not. He just backs out. This is fantastic racing from these two, though, to keep these cars pushing at maximum limit. It's not optimal grip yet. The track is still a little bit damp. You can still see some droplets on our camera, actually. You can just see them sliding down. That's Adrian off at Eau Rouge. Or that's Radion, actually. But Thomas Main is still trying to find a way past. Chloe is also on the softs, but didn't catch up to the safety car train. We have another one that's well caught up. Here comes Thomas Main, though, trying to find a way around the outside of Lewis McWilliam. Is he going to try to plunge him on? He's on the grass. Well, he's on the grass, but he's kept that Ferrari somehow going. Is going to be a dive at the bus stop chicane. Down the inside, there's not enough space there. You just got to keep it behind. You just gotta keep it behind. Tyler saying this weather would have been perfect for me. He won this Grand Prix with this style of weather back in Season 2. Down the inside goes Marcus Towell, the Norwegian on Jake. Jake is just about keeping ahead, but Thomas surely has Lewis now. He's no DRS yet, of course, but he's going to have a lot of straight line speed. The overtake is pressed on the Aston Martin and on the Ferrari. The Ferrari is going to bolt to the inside here. That is Steve past the Vesta as well. A side by side, Thomas Main down the inside of Lewis. Don't get on the curb, he's around, and around goes last week's race winner, and so does Steve. Both Belgians spinning at the one corner because they were both going for treacherous moves. Oh, that's not... That hasn't just killed the Belgian fans' hearts once, it's killed them twice.
I think there's already been waffles thrown onto the track now.
That's very stereotypical, Brendan. I don't think they literally bring waffles to the circuit.
Alright.
But Thomas and Steve both taking spins around, proving maybe the soft tyres weren't the option. Both getting on the curb, going for moves. Adrian into the pits.
Here. they're going to go side by side nearly. Oh, Steve's gone the curb slightly, but Thomas hasn't had the best of it. Runs
Getting on the curbs there, I know all too well, after last night, is not a good thing to do. Especially when they're damp. Yes, I lost the win last night because of that. Let's not remind. Oh, Steve! Oh, high impact! Oh, he's out! Surely that's a safety car. Surely that's a safety car. That's a high-speed incident. Safety car has been deployed, and Steve is out. Steve is out of the Grand Prix.
At this point, so
he's got on the curb and is out of this Grand Prix. That's Jake, and that is Yassine, both pitting. This will let Chloe and Liam Redmond catch up, so that's good for them. This will let Legends Gap close a little bit on Lewis, but we have another safety car being brought out.
Oh, of course. Sam and Adrian, they would like to be unlapped. Or are they even lapped?
I don't think they're lapped. They're not lapped.
Oh,
they're very far behind, but they're not lapped.
Ah, yeah. They must be grateful for the nature, well, the long nature of Spa right now.
Yes, that is them not lapped. Anyways, there's a celebration for Liam being a place away from points. We do only have 14 runners left in the F4 Belgian Grand Prix. That was a high-speed impact for Steve. But can I just point out one thing to you, Brendan? The more laps under safety car we have, the closer to rain at the end of the race we will get.
Yep, and pit stops might well become crucial. You might see somebody willing to take a little gamble on going on the inters on the safety car. Because if it worked,
maybe you might see someone try the Tyler strategy and just, well, Tyler was staying out on the inters and dry. You might see someone just stay out on slicks in the wet. The Brad Binder strategy, we'll call it. Staying out on the slicks in the rain.
Tyler's thoughts on that one now.
Liam at the points. Liam's had many points finishes. Well, he's had 2 points finishes, well, at least this season. He had a fantastic race in Bahrain. He's now in 10th. And may we just comment, the other Irish... Oh, Adrian's on inters. So someone has, maybe Adrian's listened to the stream. Adrian has gone for the intermediate compound of tyres. But just to quote, Chloe is now the all-time F4 race starts. As Jack has retired prematurely from the league, Chloe now takes the all-time race starts in the Williams. That's for Mercedes and for Williams, all-time race starts. A brilliant achievement for the number 42.
Williams. She's doing the future, the reverse George Russell.
Yeah, second last instead of second. Well, I'm gonna hope that the Williams can sneak into the points here.
I meant going from Mercedes to Williams, but you had to make it cruel.
Oh yeah, oh, oops, didn't say that, you didn't hear that, oops.
I am trying to be nice here.
Well, it's not wrong, it is the reverse Williams as well.
Yeah, it's not wrong, but you don't really have to put it out there, do you?
So all 12 cars are in formation here, except Adrian, who is the 13th driver, who is, I think he's made the wrong call, to be honest. Is that Thomas passing Enzo? Thomas, what are you doing?
Thomas is just doing...
5-second penalty for Sam Davis Day for an incident with Scarlet Witch. Maybe our points won't be coming after all. Maybe that's a commentator's curse. I'm saying he doesn't like this game. Adrian is on the inters. Well, it's more inters... Actually, hold on. Go on board with Adrian for a second. There's a little bit of... I've seen it a second ago. A little bit of a mist sort of in the air. It's not... I don't think we're going to stay dry till the end of the race. I don't. I think we will get rain before the end of this race. Whether it will be enough to pit for inters like Adrian has. Adrian, you're actually not going to catch up at this point. Please. Please catch up. We want to see. We like it. Oh, this is a lovely camera.
On who?
It's gone, but it was an onboard for Adrian inside. Forecast is rain, dry rain, yes, but this is Codemasters. So God only knows. But forecast is rain, dry rain. Adrian's taking a gamble for the intermediates. Surely we get safety car in this lap.
It's actually getting drier nearly. Is the weather imperfect or approximate?
It's perfect. If that's the setting name, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it means. It's either completely right or it's only going to be an approximate thing.
No, it is completely right. So, well, it's completely right to a certain extent. Because obviously some of Codemasters isn't wrong. Did that say safety car in this lap, by the way? No, the lights are still on. We are going for another lap. Unless it is a late call, because they happen sometimes.
Hardly. Usually the call is always at the end of Sector 2 here.
Yeah, it is, but I've seen where we've had some very late calls.
Oh, it's going.
There we go.
Yep.
Late call. Safety car in this lap. That is a very late call. Adrian could catch up here. He could. I believe he might, because we will have, of course, have the grid backed up by Legend Rosenberg, who will lead us away for his third ever FVR safety car restart. Through the bus stop chicane. Adrian has caught up now, but he will be slow because it is still dry. Legend's gone, and he's caught out Lewis. Lewis has been caught napping. Avesta go bad, he could well go. We go racing for the third time in Spa. Liam, as he just had a spin out of the exit of the bus stop. I think he might have. Legend leads us away, ahead of Lewis and Avesta. Avesta could try get the run on Lewis McWilliam down the camel straight, as Lewis is already a second behind his teammate. Avesta hasn't warmed up the tyres enough. He's weaving, he hasn't warmed up the tyres. The tyres are not warm yet. Marcus has picked up another 3. How have you picked up a what? Okay, I'm not going to ask. Marcus has picked up another 3. Thomas Main back up into 6th on the softs. They can easily make the end now at this point, I think. As Lewis hasn't found himself under attack from Avesta go badly. Marcus Tall is struggling a little bit, but he's back up to 4th, and that's why always Pip's having a bit of a wobble there. Oh, Jake's gone down. Oh, Jake's around, and he's around at Bruxelles. He's tried down the inside, but he's spun on the curb, and that is Jake Marsh around at Bruxelles in the Williams True Pujon for the first time since the safety car restart. Everyone seems to be navigating it well. A bit of a wide moment there for Enzo King. He can find himself under threat from Yassine Sadfi. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to be starting laps. Oh, that's Thomas into the wall. That's the Haas in the wall, in the gravel, and the car is pretty much attached to the wall at this point. Oh, that's almost been a massive accident. He's ghosted at the perfect time to avoid Jake Marsh, but that is the Haas, who was in a great scoring position. The other Haas of Yassine Sadfi is trying to get past Enzo King. He could possibly go for the bus stop. Enzo's run a bit wide through Blanchamon. Around the outside, is going to be a switchback for Yassine Sadfi. No, he's going for the outside, and just cuts back in. Enzo could try a switchback, holds the outside. That's a fantastic overtake from Yassine Sadfi, really proving his worth in that Haas. That is a fantastic overtake from Yassine. Jake is past Liam Redmond, so Liam Redmond's made another mistake out of the bus stop chicane. Through Eau Rouge and Ratillon. Legend navigates clean, so does Lewis, Avesta and Marcus, but Avesta seems to be going a little bit slowly because he's going to find himself under threat from Marcus Towell, as Enzo is in a bit of a no man's land here. How he's up into the points in the Williams on the 36th race, I believe, in FVR for the Williams. A fantastic, of course, achievement to take the most FVR starts. But Marcus is right on the back of Vesta, who's right on the back of Lewis. Don't go anywhere for this one, because I've just seen a little droplet of rain. The rain is back. It is starting to rain. There it is. Rain is back with 5 laps to go, 6 laps, 5 or 6 laps, one of them, 5 or 6 laps to go. The rain is back. The drivers are going to start struggling once again. Adrian might have just pulled this. He's a bit far behind to pull it off, but he has a good chance of scoring points once again, because if this rain comes down any quicker, it's coming down now. You can clearly see rain once again in Spa-Francorchamps. That is Thomas with a 3-second time penalty. We'll give you a quick look at penalties before we get into drama. Avesta 5, Marcus 9, Yassine 3, Enzo 3, Sam 8, Chloe 3, Jake 3, Liam none, that's Adrian 9, and Thomas with 6. Legend starts the 18th lap of the Belgian Grand Prix, and as Yassine past Thomas Main. So Yassine is flying now as the rain is starting to pour down once again. It doesn't seem to be coming down quick enough though. It seems like this lap will still be okay. Jake Marsh sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. That it will most likely stay as we're getting rain conditions, apologies once again. Legend struggling through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Is Marcus Tell going to go for it on the Ukrainian of a Vestico party? Here he goes. Can he go? Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? He's going to just stick behind, looks like. Or he's losing time. Avesta seems to just have absolutely outstanding straight line speed in that Alfa Romeo. There was DRS on that lap. Oh, Marcus with a wobble on the curb. He's so close behind the Alfa Romeo of Vesta, but he needs to get past because Marcus was not looking quick in the rain earlier. Vesta was absolutely flying. Marcus has picked up another warning there, I imagine, for a run wide through No Name. The rain is definitely pouring down here in the Ardennes forest of Spa-Francorchamps. Oh, Jake's run wide as he's trying to attack his Williams teammate. They are battling for 9th spot, which is a typical result for the Williams. Brendan, do you think we'll see anyone in this lap for Inters?
Maybe somebody who's a bit far behind. Maybe someone like Liam might try this, because realistically, he does not have much to lose.
He doesn't have much to lose, no. He is 7.9 seconds behind Jake Marsh. Oh, the two Williams are side by side through Blanchimont. Oh, somehow making it through together. What an overtake by Jake Marsh through Blanchimont, but the other Williams finding it back. This is the battle for 9th spot, and Jake Marsh is going to keep this one unless there was a battle down the Kemmel Straight. Vesta is even closer behind Lewis now than he was on the previous lap. Do you think he'll go for this one? I certainly do, but Eau Rouge is looking treacherous. Lewis struggling there. Here comes a Vesta Copati. DRS active. Oh, he's well past. He is a mile past the Aston Martin, and he can now attack Legend Rosenberg, who's 1.1 seconds in front.
Vesta got 5 seconds. What did he get it for?
It was under safety car. Him and Yassine had a tap under safety car.
So that could get removed in the end.
It could. I think Adrian's pitting for slicks. I think we might be on slicks running till the end. I don't think we will get that deep into the rain period. Down through Pouan, yellow flag. Oh! Thomas is out! Oh. Massive collision! Massive collision, safety car! Massive collision out of No Name. The Belgianman's out, and his Ferrari is destroyed on the grass. Safety car on lap 19. Oh, surely no one's going to pit for Inters now.
Well,
that is
a safety car lap around here is long.
It is. It is. But that is the second Belgian out on his home Grand Prix. We will be on a final lap sprint till the end. Or 2 laps. 1 or 2 laps. Let's see what Lewis and Avesta can do. Both stay out. Legend has no penalties, remember? So we will see. This could... Adrian, the rain is coming down even more.
Yeah, you'd wonder if somebody could...
Enzo's in. Enzo's gambling. We have a gambler. That is Enzo King in for the intermediate tyres. He's not going to lose points from this. So that is a fair gamble. Marcus trying to get past Lewis under safety car.
The only thing is, will that choice make him look like a king?
Or an idiot. Have to wait and see. I forgot to say Marcus is letting Lewis through. That's good for Marcus. We won't have post-race interviews after this race, I forgot to mention.
Well, I am now informed. Thank you for informing me, and let's proceed. Go on. We proceed.
Marcus.
Oh, and Yassine.
Marcus and Yassine. Yassine's just hit the back of Marcus, hasn't he? I reckon he's just hit the back of Marcus.
Oh no.
Yassine always is trying to just go alongside people under safety car. I don't know why. Adrian's got that penalty for crossing the white line.
He's only trying to take a peek. Just see what's out of him.
Yeah, but it's not worth it when you hit the car in front, is it?
I'm joking, right?
I don't think we'll get safety car in this lap. I don't think we're gonna get interconditions, personally. I don't know. Wow,
It's
119
coming
stream
down a little
points.
more.
It is. Steve's left the session. He's out. He had that big collision.
I think a gamble is worth it.
Tyler's just said everyone is Brad Binder today. Not wrong. It is a crazy race though here in FVR, so we will have to wait and see. I'm sure Tyler's kicking himself. No, I'm not. He's in Silverstone.
He's at the MotoGP race.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is, if he wasn't, he would have.
Right now.
He would have loved these conditions. Safety car in this lap. Lap 20, 21 and 22. Sorry, lap 21 and 22. 2 laps of racing to the end.
We have one gambler.
We have one gambler, that is Enzo on Inters. Penalties, Avesta 5, but I think he can get that removed. Lewis 3, Marcus 12, Sam 8, Jake 3, Tommy 3, Yassine 3. Liam could get a lot from this, because he's no penalties.
Yeah, Liam's going to do something that you and I know, is that we're in an open...
Oh, Yassine's hit the back of the Williams. That penalty will be removed. Oh no, only Yassine's got it, but here we go. How's Legend got the restart? He's got it good. We go racing for the 4th time in Spa-Francorchamps.
Avesta and Lewis.
Oh, Avesta and Lewis have been caught napping, and Marcus Howell could go past Lewis. Avesta's clawed back up behind of Legend. It looked like early braking for Legend. Just be careful through Rouge and Radion. We could get some collisions.
By, Thomas.
Yeah, Enzo's made the wrong call. It was a good gamble, but it was the wrong call. Look how slow Legend is. Through Radion. Marcus could also try attack Lewis McWilliam. Oh, Yassine's on the inside of Chloe here. Don't want to take each other out. They've already had one little bit of contact today. Don't want another. It's going to be into Legcombe, side by side. It is going to be Yassine Sadfi to take that 7th position, but Legend is still leading this one. Enzo has made the wrong call on the Inters, unless we have a sudden downpour on this lap. He has made the incorrect decision, but Avesta is going to have 2 final attempts, possibly 3. He's going to have an attempt into the bus stop. He's going to have one into turn 1, and he's going, oh, yellow flag, sector 2. Oh, it's Liam Redmond. It's Liam Redmond off of the grass.
Oh, that's it. Points gone.
Points gone. Oh, Yassine spun at Pouon. Yassine's off at Pouon, so no point.
Why?
This puts Adrian and Enzo back into the points on the Inters, so if Liam could just catch these 2 up, maybe the Inters with a correct call. Maybe these drivers are all struggling, and it is just a race. It's just survival of the fittest. Yellow flag, that's Yassine gone again, so Liam back up to 11th position.
And he'll get points out because he's still within the gap for
Marcus Tell's going to try it into the bus stop. Avesta's gaining as well. Marcus free on the outside of the bus stop chicane. Down the inside goes Marcus. Fantastic overtake around the outside by Marcus, but Lewis hasn't got the traction, but he will have the slipstream down the Kemmel Straight. Final lap of the Belgian Grand Prix. It is all still to play for because we have rain pouring down and we have drivers all on old tyres in rain. This could go to anyone. Still, Legend has got through. Oh, Avesta's off at a Rouge and Radion. Lewis, is he gaining on Marcus? No, he's not. Yassine is out of the Grand Prix. Avesta's not gaining on Legend. He'll have one final go. That is into the bus stop chicane on the final lap. It will be a send. Is that Jake and Sam Davis there? Jake's on softs. Is he going to stick it down the inside of the Malmedy? He is, and he's got it done. Jake Marsh really proving a fantastic Grand Prix racer today. Yellow flag, sector 1. That is just the Yassine's retired car. We've had 6 retirements in this. We've had 7 retirements in this Grand Prix. Apologies. Final lap on. Legend is true. So is Avesta. Marcus is also true. But penalties will decide the podium here. I think it will be Legend Lewis. I think it's still going to be a 1-2 for Aston Martin. Let's let Avesta can get this penalty removed. One more attempt for Avesta to take the Belgian Grand Prix win. Has he got the traction? He has good straight line speed, we've seen, burning all the ERS. It seems to be an even fight for these two. Here comes Avesta. Is he going to be close enough? Is it going to be a send into the bus stop chicane? No, I think Legend has won this race. Well and truly, Liam's back in the points. Liam is back in the points. Bus stop chicane. It's going to be Legend Rosenberg to win in Belgium. Avesta just doesn't have it in him. Legend Rosenberg takes his 2nd win of the season and wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Marcus crosses 3rd. Lewis will take 2nd. second on penalties. Jake will take fourth. Sam fifth. Marcus sixth. Where will Thomas take? He will take seventh. Oh, he will take eighth, but we'll get that 5 removed, I imagine. Enzo is a straggler.
I don't even think it matters.
Enzo's a straggler on the Inters. He'll come home to... Oh, he's going to take 10th here. Is Liam going to take 9th off him? Yes, he is. Enzo takes 10th, and Adrian has crashed before the line.
What? If you... or he went into the pits, I think.
No, he didn't. He just crashed. That is a fantastic Grand Prix. That is a fantastic race. It is Legend the Dutchman to take a close in on Lewis's championship lead. Avesta can get that removed, I believe. But that is a fantastic Grand Prix. Legend Rosenberg takes the race win, whether penalties get removed or not. The Dutchman wins with a 45 minutes 12 seconds race time out of Lewis in second, Avesta third, Jake Marsh fourth, Sam Davis Day fifth, Marcus sixth, was Pip seventh, Chloe in 8th, points for Williams, and that is Liam Redmond in 9th, Enzo King 10th, and Adrian 11th. Our non-finishers are Yassine, Thomas, Steve. We'll scroll down to the bottom of the leaderboard. Yassine, Thomas, Steve, Aaron, Seb, Cito, and Marcel Maggiera.
Well, what a race.
What a fantastic race. Brendan, who wins the Meme One Safety Award?
Legend.
Legend takes the race win and Meme One Safety Award. Fastest lap went to Jake Marsh, I believe, so that's even more points for Williams. Jake doing good in the absence of Tyler.
Double points finish for Williams. The one time Tyler isn't there.
Oh yeah. Anyways, that is all we do have time for here in Belgium. Join us next week. I don't have a clue what the track is.
Let me see. If you... Give me 10 seconds. Let me see. I believe it is Monza.
Monza? Oh!
Oh no, it's
Oh no, no. It's Imola. Imola's not happening. There will be a track change, and it will be announced later on in the week. So make sure to follow our Instagram at Formula_virtual racing, and on Twitter FVR official to find out what Grand Prix will be next week. And any final thoughts on that race?
A very good race. In terms of the championship, I'll see Legend will close in a bit, but he's in 40 points. You came into this race on 40 points compared to Lewis 83, so Lewis still has a comfortable lead, although Legend has closed in a little. Oh, and by the way, round 9 is said to be Portimao. I think let's change that one too.
Yeah, I can confirm Portimao and Imola will not be going ahead. We'll have a track change that will be announced during the week. But we do hope you enjoy that Belgian Grand Prix. I certainly enjoyed it here in the commentary box. Do stay safe, do stay well, and we'll see you next week.